Start. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome you after 2 months. Today we will start 12th physics according to new syllabus. The new syllabus is designed very precisely according to entrance exams. Okay, so first we'll discuss the syllabus. The first chapter of it is the rotational dynamics. It is the part of mechanics. Rotational dynamics, it is the part of mechanics. Okay, so first we will see what is the meaning of motion. This change in position of the object is called as motion. Change in position of object is called motion. Actually, this definition and its classification we have studied in the 11th. Okay, but for revision itself, we will again discuss the motion and its classification. You can take the notes from the video. Okay, so we'll see the classification of motion. This motion, it is divided into three sections. One is the translatory motion, second one is the rotational motion, and third one is the oscillatory motion. Third one is the oscillatory motion. This translatory motion, in translatory motion, particle moves along straight line. Particle moves along straight line. Okay, this motion, it is produced due to force. Produced due to force. Rotational motion, in rotational motion, or the rotational motion is performed by the rigid bodies. It is performed by the rigid bodies. When a rigid body performs rotational motion, then its particle performs circular motion such that center of all circles lie on imaginary line. That line is called as the axis of rotation. That line is called as the axis of rotation. And this rotational motion, it is produced due to torque. It is produced due to torque, and the formula for torque, it is force into distance. Force into distance. This oscillatory motion, to and fro motion, to and fro motion about mean position. About mean position, this is called as oscillatory motion. Its example is simple pendulum. This central position is called as mean or equilibrium position. It is called as mean or equilibrium position, and when it is given vibration, it performs to and fro about this mean position. This is the oscillatory motion, and it is produced due to vibration. So out of these three, you have studied translatory motion in the 11th standard, and rotational and oscillatory you are going to study in the 12th standard. Okay. In the chapter, at the headline they have given you, you can recall this motion, mechanics, center of mass, and circular motion. So today in this first lecture we will take the introductory part, mechanics. Mechanics, it is the branch of physics which deals with study of motion. It is the branch of physics deals with motion. This mechanics is further divided into two sections. One is the statics, second one is the kinetics. In statics we study the body at rest. Body at rest means in this case also number of forces are acting on the body but it is at rest. So this is called as the statics. And in kinetics we study body in motion. Body in motion. This kinetics is further divided into two sections. One is the kinematics and next one is the dynamics. Okay, this kinematics means study of motion without considering cause. Study of motion without considering cause, why it is produced, and in dynamics study of motion by considering cause. Considering its cause, how this motion is produced. So this is the classification of mechanics, and in this first lesson we will study rotational dynamics, which is important as for the board also according to entrance exam, because in JEE also there are 2-3 questions on this rotational dynamics, and in NEET exam you will get 3 to 4 questions on this rotational dynamics. In this state board syllabus, they have included 2 chapters from old syllabus. One is the circular motion and next one is the rotational motion in this rotational dynamics. So this is lengthy chapter, important chapter and basic chapter of this 12th standard. Okay, first we will see what is the meaning of circular motion. Okay, actually this part we have studied in the 11th. Circular motion, the motion of the particle. This is the circle has 2 important parts. One is the center and second one is the circumference. So the motion of the particle along circumference of circle, the motion of the particle along circumference of circle is called as the circular motion. The motion of particle along circumference of circle is called as the circular motion, and this motion, it is produced due to one force. That force is called as the force which is acting along the radius towards center. That force is called as the centripetal force. It is called as the centripetal force. Okay, and in circular motion the velocity, direction of velocity, it is tangent to the circle, tangential to the circle. The velocity is tangential to circle. Okay, these are the 2 necessary conditions in the circular motion. One is the force should be centripetal, that is acting towards the center, and the velocity should be tangential velocity. These are the 2 conditions required for circular motion. Okay, the examples of circular motion. First, this example of circular motion, motion of the suppose this is earth and motion of moon around the earth. This is the example of circular motion. Then motion of electron around the nucleus, this is also the example of circular motion. Okay, these are the 2 examples of circular motion. Then next, characteristics of circular motion. Characteristics of circular motion. First characteristics, it is an accelerated motion. It is an accelerated motion. Why it is called as accelerated motion? Because in circular motion the magnitude of velocity at all point is same, but the direction changes continuously. Velocity is a vector quantity, as it is changing, so velocity is changing, so acceleration takes place. Therefore this circular motion, it is an accelerated motion and it occurs in non-inertial frame of reference. Non-inertial frame of reference. Okay, so this is the first characteristic. It is the accelerated motion which occurs in the non-inertial frame of reference. This is the first characteristics. Second characteristics, the time period of this circular motion is constant. Means suppose this particle P completes 1 revolution in 10 seconds, then it also completes second revolution in the 10 seconds. So that is called as the periodic motion. When time taken to complete 1 rotation is called same, then it is called as the periodic motion. Okay, so time period is constant. Next one is these are the two characteristics. Now we'll see the definition of time period and frequency. Time period and frequency. Time period, the time taken to complete one rotation. The time taken to complete one rotation is called as the time period. Time taken to complete one rotation is called as the time period, and it is denoted by capital letter T. Then frequency has three symbols. You can denote it as N, F, or this is also called as nu. So definition of frequency: the number of rotations completed in 1 second. The number of rotations completed in 1 second, and its mathematical formula N